we present to you the brand new Android box from Strong, namely the Leap S3 Plus. As you may remember, we introduced you to the Leap S1, that was the classic. Then the Leap S3 came and now we have the Leap S3 Plus. This is brand new, we got it from Strong, a big thank you for that. And that's what we're going to look at today, what it's all about. First of all, let's take a look at what is included in the delivery. First we see the quick start guide. Here is a quick explanation of how to connect the box to the TV. So the quick start guide is included. Then we have an additional card, which is also available here. From the company Adria there is also Wi-Fi mesh. Then we have the warranty card again. Then we have the box itself, which we will look at later. We have the remote control here. Of course, the power plug must not be missing here. Even a white HDMI cable is included. And what I miss from many manufacturers, batteries. That means there are also batteries included here. With many manufacturers, you buy an Android box, high quality, has everything, just no batteries. Everything is included here, and that's what it looks like at first glance. That's all included in the delivery. Everything is complete, you don't need anything, you can start right away. Let's take a look at the innovations. At first glance, you can see from the remote control that it has a 10-key keyboard. What we didn't have with the first model. Here we have a 10-key padlock with the keys. In addition, we have the voice selection. Our box is a Google box. And here you have the quick selection buttons like YouTube, Netflix, Prime and Disney+. That has also been added recently. And of course the whole thing is now in white. The buttons themselves are still of absolute top class. As I miss most of them. There are boxes worth €100 and more and €200. If you press the buttons here, the whole thing clacks. And here, as you can see, nothing clacks. It's quiet, doesn't bother in the night. So absolutely great. Here we have the battery compartment, of course. Here you can then insert the batteries. So 10-key padlock on the keyboard. The quick selection buttons are on it. And also the voice selection. And the whole thing in white. The box itself has changed slightly from the size to the Leap S3. This is now in white, of course. Here we have the USB connection, if you want to play movies or other files. On the back we have the optical connection, the HDMI, network and power connection. Our box supports 5 GHz as well as 2.4 GHz. So if you don't have Wi-Fi here, you can use a network cable. Which is of course better. Here we also miss, as with the Leap S3, there was an on and off button. This is no longer available here. And of course the memory card is no longer available here. As I said, the size has remained the same. The whole thing in white. And it's time to connect the whole thing to the TV and watch the performance here. We start here with the language, i.e. select language. Then select the country. At the same time we can see here if the box is fast. And I think you can see for yourself how fast it is. Then select Wi-Fi. Here you can also see 2.4 and 5 GHz. Select. Enter the password. Then click on this corner here. Then we are connected to the Wi-Fi. Nothing great has changed in the installation itself. You know it like the other previous boxes. And with that we come to the next point. Next you have to log in with your Google account. As you know, in the next window you have to enter your password. Then it goes on. Then we have to accept the use conditions here. In the next window you can turn off use location. We don't really need that. Make Google TV even better. I don't want to deactivate it either. And then accept. I think you can also see here how fast our box runs through the menu. Next point, Google Assistant, no thanks. Then there are the pre-installed apps here. We can confirm them. Otherwise you can leave the whole thing. The volume. So we have to connect the remote control next. We do that with the volume on and off button. That means I can also control my TV here. Set up remote control. Now I can choose what kind of product I have. TV sound or receiver. I have a TV here. Then I choose the brand next. I can do that again with the alphabet here. I choose my TV here. I confirm that with OK. You will hear music immediately if you don't hear it. That means you have to make the volume. So turn it louder, then continue, and it works as you can see. Works. Yes, it worked with one click. Then continue. Here we should test whether we can turn off the TV. That means if we press the on-off button here, the TV should be off. And it does. That means it worked great here. We only need one remote control now, so that we can control both our box and the TV. So then to yes. Continue. Now the apps are installed, which we have chosen in the background. That also goes quite fast, and at the end of the video we will show you all the technical data. In comparison to the Leap S3, which has the ultimate. All done. Our TV is ready. Now discover, and we get the well-known homepage, which we already know, with apps, media library and much more. The whole thing is quite fast, as you can see here. That means if I start an application here, it will be there in no time. You can see it best here. Then there are the settings. Let's take a look at him too, so that we can see what has changed here in the settings. The Google menu, you know that very well. So here are the quick settings. And if we take a closer look at the settings, then for us personally important is of course the system, and on info. Then we see here that we have Android 11. And we have 2 GB of RAM as a hard drive here. Sounds like little. But it is very much for the box. Because the box is relatively fast. Let's take a look at a 4K demo video with 60 FPS. Whether our box also packs or whether it is jerky here. And I think you can see the result. Everything is liquid here. Nothing is jerky here. So absolute top class. As I said, not much has changed here technically. Except for the design. You have put value here. And of course the 10 keyboard. Where you can buy the whole thing. As always in the video description, we say thank you for watching and goodbye.